This episode of Hobie is sponsored by Ho Jeff. Save 25% with promo code HobiePod.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
It's about comic books, movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Man, that's something. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again. Please, God, no. Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts. He wrote scripts. All right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 503. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Blake.
And I'm Brian.
Hey, only one person suspended this week. Damn you, Jim. Damn you. So, okay, Brian? You're right down there?
I mean, no, I'm not. I miss Jim.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I miss him, too. He would stop saying inappropriate things. You know?
I mean,
he would be here.
It's been 3 weeks since he's been here.
I know. He came for the 500th episode, though, so that was nice. That was nice. Everyone jumps in for that one, but you don't see Doug back since then. You don't see Scab Jeff back since then. It's a little ridiculous.
Coattails are getting kind of heavy.
Jeff, you're going to break that Star Wars poster again.
Well, then it shouldn't be hanging where I can knock it.
Can you grab that so before it falls?
No, I can't.
Okay. Well, there's a Star Wars poster that's behind us that's worth some money. And so now you're just going to just put it right there.
Yeah, just put it in the garbage.
Yeah, that's fine. That's actually worth money, but you know.
That's the Phantom Menace one, right?
Yes, but it was version A that was in theaters.
And that's the young Anakin with the Darth Vader shadow.
Yes, walking across Tatooine, shadows in the background,
Yeah.
Jake Lloyd. So that poster has gone from valued at $300 all the way up to $3,000. And take a guess where it's at now.
$12.
No, it's around a couple hundred.
Well, you should sign the back of it and increase the value, Jason.
Just all Hobie do.
Yeah, Hob, yeah.
Well, it's a version A. It's straight from the theater, so that's why it's one of the. It's actually worth something. So, but yeah, it's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Like
I can see the butter popcorn stain in the corner.
you see that? It tastes like butter too. The whole thing. That's how I preserve it.
Well, that's how you know it's an authentic poster.
It's preserved in butter. So, yeah, that one, I think it was when the new ones were coming out, the new trilogy, the 7, 8, 9. That's when it went up again in value. Probably could have sold it then, but I thought, it's kind of nice having
If it was up at $3,000, you should have.
I think 3,000 was at the end of the prequel trilogy.
Oh, okay.
And then once the 3 prequels came out, they're like, these are shitty. Fuck that. Yeah. Value goes down.
I wonder how much the Ross Marquand placard's worth.
Autographed placard. I would say at least 1,700. Don't you think?
Sell it.
I think so. I think
it can only go up in value.
You think? Yeah, I agree too.
I'm looking forward to figuring out who we're going to replace him with after this year's Comic Expo.
I don't know. We'll find out. September 22nd through the 24th. Get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com.
I vote for Richard Dreyfuss.
Civility is around us.
That one might go in my bedroom.
With him staring at you?
On the ceiling?
Richard Dreyfuss just staring at you from the ceiling?
I mean, we're doing this.
Oh. How would Dr. Dana feel about that? Having the Richard Dreyfuss staring at you?
Probably turned on.
staring at me, probably okay with it as long as he's not staring at her.
Yes. That would be the negative.
Probably.
I have so many jokes to insert here.
Stop it.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Stay on target.
It's fine.
I don't know. We're going to suspend you next week.
Sure.
Are you on vacation?
I could be.
Get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com. There's going to be lots of great guests there. Christina Ricci is going to be there.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Julie Benz.
Yes. Jim Lee from DC Comics. And then you also... there you go. You also have... who else we got?
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yes.
Saturday only.
Andy Belanger, artist. He's there. Coming this year as a freelance cartoonist and illustrator based in Montreal. Ooh.
Montreal.
He's been in Canadian films, television, and video game industries. So there you go. Writer Trevor Mueller is going to be there. Just to let you guys know. He did. He's done Albert the Alien comics series.
Mueller.
Bernard Hill from Lord of the Rings is going to be there. Theoden, yes.
King. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Are we going to give him a bowl of cherry tomatoes to eat while
Does
we
he
interview
eat
him?
those too?
No.
Yeah.
Who the fuck doesn't eat these?
I don't remember Theoden doing that.
Oh, wait, that was the other dude. Sorry.
Adam Savage.
Actually,
from Mythbusters.
Actually, asked him to put his arms out and we'll dress him in armor as we interview him.
I don't know what that means.
That would be cool. There was like a big drawn out scene of them preparing for war while they're putting armor on the king or whatever. He's giving a speech and...
So you think Adam...
So that would be... We interview him while we don armor on him.
Because of the SAG regulations, do you think we could do something with Adam Savage, like you should just blow stuff up on stage?
I think that would work.
I think so.
I can't see anything going wrong with that.
No, not at all. Gavin Smith, artist, is going to be there.
Neil McDonough.
Neil McDonough. So get your...
Ming-Na Wen.
Yes, I like it.
For all you Disney fans, Marvel fans, and ER fans.
Indiana Jones villain Wolf Kalar. Kalar?
Once again,
Julian
Jason
Glover.
Brigger, once you interview, belongs to me.
Rebecca Gayheart.
Rebecca from Jawbreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Julian Glover? Come on, Indiana Jones. Come on. Last Crusade.
I think he was from Game of Thrones, isn't he?
He's also Star Wars. Star Wars, too. So, yeah, get your tickets.
Are we allowed to ask Rebecca about any Noxzema products?
Oh, I'm sure.
Is that under the SAG contract?
I don't think that is. I think...
Is commercials different?
Yeah, I think commercials don't fall under.
All right, cool.
The Black Power Ranger is going to be there. Johnny Young Bosch.
Oh, the second one. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to be there. So that was announced a couple weeks ago.
He's not the original?
No, he's not the original.
No.
Okay.
And Jay Fosgett. So there you go. So get your tickets.
And many, many more.
Yeah, Brad Pitt will be there.
No, Brad Pitt will not.
Hobie will be there.
We will be there.
We'll be on the second floor, running the shit, baby. Just let you guys know, Brad will be there too.
And Friends of Hobie.
Who?
Right?
Yeah, Friends of Hobie.
Yeah.
That will be Brad Hargis. Still waiting.
No, well...
Still waiting. Brad Hargis.
I'm hitting that button. It's not changing.
I don't think that's what you hit.
Just hit the broken window sound. Broken glass.
Nothing happened.
Brad will be there.
I'm Brad.
There we go.
Yeah.
Who else will be there?
I'm Justin.
Justin?
Anybody else?
And I'm the Cinemaiden.
There you go, the Cinemaiden. Plus, we got new volunteers this year we appreciate. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So, yeah. And we have lots of trivia. And we got some new games we're playing in between panels. We started looking at some of those. So,
In addition,
be ready.
Do they win prizes from the Nicolas Cage bag of suck?
They do. And the Justice League bag o' suck.
Oh, we got a new bag this year?
No, that was there last year. But
I don't
there
remember.
could be another bag this year.
Another bag of
A
suck?
third bag?
I got to find the right one. But if you have Nicolas Cage, who else do you have to have?
John Travolta?
Oh, the John Travolta bag o' suck. You could have your own face-off. pillows.
Do they make John Travolta pillowcases?
It's tough to find, but I'm looking. I do have some, but I gotta get the right one. That's the issue.
You have a John Travolta pillowcase, but it's not good enough for you?
No. There's some creepy ones, which I'm looking for, which is great.
That's what you're looking for.
Yes, but
his
some of
disco
them,
pants.
No, I can't find any of those. There's like small ones. There is a lot though of Danny DeVito pillowcases out there from Always Sunny in Philly. There is a whole lot of those
where he's busting out of the couch.
Yes, pretty much any disgusting thing he's done on Sunny, they've made into a pillowcase, which is amazing. And when you put in John Travolta pillowcases, the third pick is a Danny DeVito pillowcase. So we're supposedly getting that. We'll see if I can find a good one of that. So there you go. Get your tickets to CincyComicExpo.com. Let's see here.
I brought in, finally,
I know, I've been eyeballing these on the table next to me.
Super Mario Oreos.
Ooh.
Have they been in your car for 3 weeks?
Yes, they have been.
They've been finally aged like
What
a
are you
good,
going for?
Are they melted?
like a good bourbon.
Cookies don't melt.
Yeah, they do.
You know how long they've been on the truck to get them to the supermarket?
2 days.
No, probably longer.
That truck's not refrigerated either, probably. What is it supposed to taste like? Mario?
Luigi? Mushrooms?
Pasta sauce?
Meatballs.
Peach.
Mushrooms?
Tastes like you, only sweeter.
Meatballs.
Dragon meat?
Dragon meat.
Turtle meat?
Turtle meat, there you
Tastes
go.
like chicken.
Because isn't Bowser a dragon or a turtle?
Some sort of turtle.
Who knows?
That's a fun cookie.
These are thick.
That's what she said.
I got Yoshi.
Yeah, these seem to be double stuff size.
Oh, I got Bowser. Peaches, peaches, peaches.
I got a flower lotus eating thing.
That's the fire pit, probably. Let me see.
I got a mushroom and a Luigi.
That's a piranha plant.
Piranha
plant.
piranha plant.
Yeah.
These things. What's the other one I got?
I
Eye of Sauron. What the hell is this?
got
that I can't tell you.
I got Bowser's clitoris, I think.
Oh, hold on. If I move it like this, yeah, I think I no.
Yeah, you do have the clitoris.
I do have the clitoris. What the hell?
Oh, I got Boo. He's the ghost.
Oh,
there it is.
I mean, it took me a while to figure out that was Luigi.
You should take a picture of this so people understand we're not really that demented. It actually kind of looks sexual.
At least the mushroom is a nice, easy one to figure out.
Let me see. Is it?
Yes,
I see it now.
It's a
Okay,
mushroom,
yeah.
like the
The
mushroom.
problem is
Let me
there's lots
see.
of
Can I-
circles on the outside of the cookie shape.
It looks like a groomsh.
But the design is in the very middle, and it's kind of tough to see with all the circles around.
It is.
So I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that.
You're getting surprised by
I don't know what
circles.
this is. Seriously, what is this?
Can I touch it so I can look at it?
Oh, it's a gold coin.
Yeah,
gold
that's a coin.
Oh, that's a gold coin?
Yeah, you know, like you run around and collect coins.
Yeah.
Mario, that's what
The
that
gold
is.
coin.
The cream's a little melted. I don't know why.
It's delightful.
I'm going to eat Luigi now.
Oh, that's what Peach said.
It's a gold coin on its side?
No.
It is until you turn it the other way.
Hell. You know what these taste like?
Oreos.
Yep. Huh.
They're no special flavor. They are just, I'm guessing
Double
those
stuff.
are double stuff, so.
These are double. It's kind of like when we got what was that? The Game of Thrones ones. Mm-hmm. Oreos, pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
So you know why it's the same thing? Because Oreo's not fucking putting any new ones out lately. Can we work on that?
So, I've been given some inside information about Oreo.
Uh huh.
Ooh, how
they're-
inside?
Fairly deep inside.
That's what she said.
They are in very early talks and production of creating some form of Oreo that goes along with the solar eclipse scheduled for next year. There's a solar eclipse that's
Okay.
coming next year, and Oreo is in the developmental stages.
What flavor would that be?
Cookie to go along with a solar eclipse.
Sunflower taste?
No.
Sunflower?
Actually, I kind of like that. I'm intrigued on a sunflower cookie with, I don't know, some sort of cream in the middle.
Just to let everybody know, if you go on to WEE.com, you can buy Oreo sandwich peach blossom rice ones if you wanted to for $3.
No,
don't
why
do
would
that.
you bring that up?
Sorry. Just saying. Do they still make the most Oreos?
I hope not.
Those things were nasty.
I haven't seen them.
That was too much cream.
That was
cookie.
Yeah. They said the Oreo cotton candy ones, which we tried, which were kind of disappointing. Not bad. It just wasn't.
Yeah, there was nothing to them.
Yeah. That's the last one that they said.
I'm sure they're working on fall Christmas things.
We've got Super Mario's.
We do have Super Mario ones. Just kind of disappointing. So, anyways, Blake, what do you think about these Oreos? How's your coin?
They're good.
How's your clitoris?
They're Oreos.
Yeah.
And this was easier. I'm trying to stop the joke.
Do it.
This is easier to find.
You're having a hard time finding it to begin with, though.
Anyways,
I want more.
Brian,
Thank you.
Yes, Jason.
since Randall Holt has asked and we listen, let's do Up Down this week. It's on there. We took out this week that was. So.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about Cocaine Bear.
No. Some freaking slacker of an intern screwed that up. So
That's one of the squids.
I was going to say calamari.
jellyfish.
Calamari?
Yeah.
It looks like calamari.
Yeah, it's a squid. Sorry.
I got another mushroom.
Those things are annoying, the squids. Ugh.
Yes.
When you're playing
All right.
Mario.
So anyways, up, down, up, Oreo cookies, always.
Oh. You're up, Brian?
My up for the week is the TV series Twisted Metal on Peacock.
How many episodes?
10.
And?
Amazing.
Great.
Like,
forward
probably
to it.
one of the funnest things I've watched in a long time.
Okay.
Anthony Mackie
Samoa Joe.
crushes. Samoa Joe playing
Sweet Tooth.
but it's voiced by Will Arnett.
Oh, okay. So that's not his voice.
That's not Samoa Joe. It's Will Arnett. So
If Will Arnett's voice annoys you, would it still annoy you there?
no,
Okay.
because it's kind of like it's like Batman, but not like Will Arnett. If that makes sense.
I mean, him doing the Batman was fine, but like other things when it's Will Arnett, it's like, okay, that's...
He's funny on Lego Masters.
yeah.
I like Lego Masters.
So like I'm watching in like the episode where they introduce Sweet Tooth, and I'm like, that sounds very familiar, but I know that that's not who I think it is. Well, like I'm like, there's no way that is Will Arnett, like in that outfit. That he's not. He's a very small person. This is a very large person. So I started doing a little research, and then I was like, Samoa Joe, and then I found some interviews where like Will Arnett was talking about how challenging it was for him to do the dialogue along with his mannerisms.
Yeah.
Like, and that's really cool to me. Like that
Yeah.
they did it that way, and it like you wouldn't know any different.
How long is each episode? Is it an hour?
They're like 39, 40 minutes.
Okay.
It's easy. It's an easy watch.
So, that's my one biggest complaint is like, and obviously we grew up on 22 to 24 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Of everything. And now you look and you're like, this streaming show is like 55 minutes. I can't do this. I can't. But then like you hit something like 35 to 40, you're like, hot dog, let's go.
All right. You just turned number of episodes per season into minutes per episode.
Yeah.
In the same sentence.
No, I just meant that you grew up with 24 episodes and you didn't think anything of it. Now I look at something, I'm like, 10 episodes, but they're 50 minutes. I can't do this.
And the hour-long shows growing up were 42 minutes or whatnot with then commercials and
LA Law.
I will say that these episodes don't feel that long because like they're constantly like moving, like the 'cause, like the premise of the game, like he's always moving, kind of like so very well done. I'm already looking forward to season 2.
Okay.
I have one question.
Yes.
If you have never played a single second of the game, the video game, would this make any sense at all?
You don't really need to know anything about the video game.
Okay.
Like they introduce, like at the very beginning, they introduce what happens, why the world is the way that it is, and he, like within the opening scenes, like he tells you what's happening, who he is, and what he does. So like you don't need to know the video game at all. Like it's been years. I mean, probably 15 since I played that game. But like I remembered like the ice cream truck and Sweet Tooth. Like it all just came right back.
The only thing I know about it was there's an ice cream truck in it.
Yep.
That's the only thing I know about the game. I honestly don't even know the point of the game other than
It's Demolition Derby.
I've wasted hours.
I didn't realize it was that.
For the most part, but like
So
like,
it's you're driving the vehicles.
with skills.
Yeah.
yeah, you're driving like you're driving things.
You're in an arena.
That's more than I realized.
Like they obviously extrapolated it out for the show, but like he is like his job, he is what in the show is called a milkman. So he's just delivering things to different cities. Like he just drives, goes to one place, picks up something and takes it to another. Like that's his entire gig. So but I there really wasn't anything bad about it.
Yeah.
That I could find.
I've wasted hours of my life watching Dr. Bednar and Mr. Cool play this game. And I enjoyed it, watching them play the game.
Yeah.
And they've always lamented that there was no sequel or follow-up, in the newer PlayStation versions.
Yeah, there hasn't been one in 10 years, 15 years.
Plus.
Yeah. Which is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
I got my up this week is Newhart.
Yay!
Keeping it topical.
Well,
Yes.
All I know is my up is going to be a lot more timely.
From 1982 to 1989.
From when I was born until I was 7. How amazing.
It got me involved last week when we did our top 5 about about shows that our parents watched. And I remember watching it with my dad. And so it's on Amazon Prime. And I started watching it, 24 minutes. Great. And season 2, I'm almost done with season 2. And then I was like, I don't remember this guy in the later seasons. And then I was like, so I started going through a deep
The guy
dive
who
on
owned the Minuteman Cafe, who sold it to Larry, Darryl,
Yep.
and Darryl. Because
I was too young to remember that.
and he was with the first housekeeper. I think
Yes.
they left together.
She left first season to go to college, and so second season he met and married a clown. She was a clown, and literally a clown.
Yeah.
And so now I think I'm got 3 episodes left in the second season, and it's like getting to the point that he's leaving because I started reading online. I'm like, what is it? Like, I don't remember him at all. Am I just missing it? And they're like, third season they retold everything.
Didn't even realize that he was the guy who owned the Minuteman Cafe that Larry, Darryl, and Darryl ran in
Nope.
later seasons.
Nope. I was like 10 when it went off the air. Okay,
So you didn't even remember Larry, Darryl, and Darryl ran the cafe?
I remember them. I didn't remember they did the cafe, but I remember them, and I was like, "What is going on with this?" And then I started going down deep dive, and basically, Newhart didn't think that he was gelling well with this guy, so they didn't renew his contract, and then they brought Michael in because Bosom Buddies got canceled. So they brought him in.
Spoilers.
Sorry. From 1983, my bad. So they brought him in, and then that's when they started, they had Bob Newhart, they had Newhart do...
television show.
Yeah, the television show, Wake Up Vermont or whatever it is. Good Morning Vermont. Dick is his name.
Dick Loudon.
Yep. But you know what? My oldest son is just mocking me for it. He's like, Dad, this is awful.
I'd be disappointed if he didn't.
Yes.
Because I was about to start.
But then my wife was sitting there and she's like, I can't believe you're watching this. Yeah. And then there's parts she starts going, that's funny. And then she's like, oh, that is pretty funny. I was like, see? It's not bad. And it does hold up pretty well.
It holds up pretty well, but does the sitcom formula, does it still hold up pretty well? A little bit dated? Because I watched some old Cheers episodes and I'm like, ooh, this is
Cheers,
so formulaic. Yeah.
Cheers is a little rough. I did go through most of that series again, a couple during COVID.
Yeah.
It still holds up
Yeah,
because I think
Was Newhart more fluid and natural?
Yeah.
Versus the Cheers, we got
and Newhart he does a really good job just kind of staying in the background, like putting his jokes in. I think
he does his signature stammering or his one-sided phone calls.
Yes, he does actually. I think Richard is the guy that owns the Minuteman in it.
Okay, I didn't remember.
It's Steve is the real actor's name is Steve something. But anyways, I think he's gotten annoying. So I'm looking forward to him leaving the show in a couple episodes because he has moments, but it's a lot of him, and it's a lot. My favorite is still George.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize he had left before the original Maid or whatnot.
He left after the Maid.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry that they left at separate times.
Yes.
I remember they were dating the first season or whatnot.
Yeah. So it's just kind of, like I said, it's funny to go back. And it's funny to go back and see these shows and you're like, shit, this is 90, 82, 83, 84, whatever. And I know this sounds so stupid, but like I'm watching this and I'm like, they have no internet. Like, it's just weird. Like, they have nothing like...
They have no internet because it's the 80s.
No, I get that. But like you see this stuff like George is a volunteer fireman and they're like, yeah, you got to press this button once for this and twice for this for the alarm, so the firemen know which area to go to. And then like, this is the phone, and it's just weird, like because we're so used to it, right? Like, or technology now, and then you watch something back then, you're just like, this is kind of fun. Like, it's just.
I can't wait till he gets into Andy Griffith.
I love Andy Griffith,
and we have to explain party phone lines to him.
I understand that stuff. I grew up in that, but like, just maps, like. Who reads a map now? Like, who can read? You should be able to.
I would hope most of the people can
but
read.
Most of them just read a map.
Yeah.
They don't read a map. They just listen, turn
Correct.
left. Yeah.
It's like Michael from The Office when he goes into the water. It told me to turn.
Unfortunately, that's true because I remember the one season of The Amazing Race when they had the people who had zero clue how to get anywhere or read a map. Because their phone wasn't telling them. They weren't allowed to use their phone for directions. And like the younger couple was just lost until they were eliminated.
Yeah.
Land navigation.
So there you go. That's my up this week. Jeff, what do you got?
I'm going to throw my up to, I'm finally catching up to Only Murders in the Building.
Wait, hold on.
What? Okay.
Season 3 just started.
Yeah, I'm still just started
okay.
season
All right,
2.
good. Thank you. All right, yeah. We haven't started it yet.
Yeah.
I don't want any spoilers.
Nope, no spoilers. I'm 2 episodes into season 2.
Good.
Binged season 1. So.
Awesome.
Although everyone's seen season 1.
I've seen 1 and 2.
Have seen 1, not 2.
Oh.
I'm 3 seasons behind.
You haven't seen it at all?
No.
Oh.
It's fine. Go ahead.
No, I'll just say, well, I thought you were watching it.
I don't have Hulu.
I thought we discussed that here. Okay.
Why don't you have Hulu?
Well, everybody has Hulu. Just do you want to watch commercials or not?
No.
Well,
You don't.
Yeah.
Everyone doesn't have Hulu.
You can sign up for Hulu and watch the commercials.
is it?
It's not free.
It's not free. You have to pay for commercials.
But if you have a Verizon account, you can get Hulu.
I do have a Verizon. I have to go in.
you do have Verizon when
Yeah.
you get Hulu, so I don't want to hear it anymore.
You
I
can
thought
also
everybody can get Hulu, whether or not you paid for the premium or you
No,
didn't.
they changed
Really?
it. There's 2 different levels, and there's no free Hulu.
Oh well, I don't know a jack shit. So
Yeah.
So you're in season 2, you said?
Started season 2. I'll just say, called the murder of season 1 early on.
Martin Short.
I'll let you know it's not Martin. Because he's back for season 2.
He just keeps killing people.
The preview season 3. So
He just keeps killing. Is the donut liquor in it, or is it a different one?
that's not the donut liquor.
that's
It's
you're
not Ariana
confusing
Grande, it's
Disney.
Selena
Yes,
Gomez.
you're confusing.
Okay.
And
Mouseketeers.
Selena Gomez is pretty cool in it.
Ariana Grande is the donut liquor.
Yes.
Okay.
Selena Gomez actually, to my surprise, was actually pretty good in the series. Being an old fuddy-duddy,
Yeah.
Short and Martin fan. So
Gotcha.
the dynamic works very well between
The 3 of them.
the 3 of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So now that I have watched season 1, I am a fan of that.
Yeah.
Are
you know what you're going to get with Martin and Short.
Yeah.
Gomez, I wasn't sure because I wasn't a Disney Mouseketeer dude.
That'd be kind of creepy if
It would be creepy if I were at that time.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I tend to find myself like biased against people who got famous that way. And I'm like, I got to stop doing that because they could still be very talented. So I'm going to not be biased.
Insane.
It's true.
Which is a rarity these days,
Yes.
too.
Just in general or just actors and actresses?
Just in general, as far as being a child actor.
A child
Yes.
And then coming out of Disney, there are a number of the female actresses complaining about their sexualization as children.
Yes.
Which is
Well, they never did that.
not good. Yeah.
Dennis.
But then my down.
Oh, damn. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, my down is commercials on fucking Hulu. It's like we got, well, through Verizon, we're paying for this service. And it's like, God, we're paying for this service and we still have to watch fucking commercials. This is unbearable.
Yeah, that was the whole content of the original content of
Streaming.
Not streaming, but even back to cable TV, was you paid a fee not to watch commercials.
Yes.
And then they start putting commercials into cable TV. Regardless.
This weekend, I did knock down my HBO Max because I was paying $17 a month.
You mean Max?
Sorry, whatever.
Yeah, you already knocked down your HBO Max.
Yes,
It
to
doesn't
Max.
exist.
But it was $17 a month, and I'm like, why am I paying that? Like, I don't mind, but at the same time, I was like, I can save $8 a month. So I went to commercial for $10. I was like, it's like, I'm fine with that because it's usually one short commercial in the beginning.
It's not
Peacock
Hulu.
does that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hulu.
Okay. If it's just a commercial.
It's 100. Peacock does, I think, 120 seconds worth of commercials in the beginning for movies, and then you're done.
Yeah, shows
Okay.
are a little different.
Yeah, shows
But-
have a little bit.
Yeah, I hate the interrupting of the show. If you start off with the commercials, I can ignore them for 2 minutes before the movie starts.
That based on a true story that we watched on Peacock, that one had commercials at weird times. Like it wasn't smooth.
Yeah, there's not a good transition where like they'll be in a scene and then it'll just like go to commercial and you're like,
What is that?
okay.
But Peacock seems to be doing pretty good with it.
Yeah, they're getting there.
I just one of the cables networks, I can't remember which one, but it would get reruns of things. And they would not show the commercials where the natural commercial breaks were.
They would make up their own.
They would make up their, like, scene to scene would, like, where the commercial break would go, and, it would fade out and then fade back in and without a commercial. And then 2 minutes later, cut for a commercial in the middle of a scene.
Harrison Ford jumps off the dam into the river and fugitive. Cut to commercial.
But I mean, that's not even movie. I mean, television
Yeah.
shows designed for commercial. Like sometimes you're watching something stupid. One of those commercials where when we return from the break, we're going to see this. Catch you up from what happened before the break, and there was no fucking break. And then 2 minutes later, they go to break.
Sounds like Curse of Oak Island programming.
I don't know, but Hulu and Hims needs to chill the fuck out, man. Because those dudes are depressed and their shit doesn't work, and I'm tired of seeing it every fucking 5 minutes.
And they're
Don't
bald.
work.
And they're bald.
I don't know.
Bald, depressed, and can't get it up.
Yeah. Like,
All I know is they tell you they'll help you get it up, they'll help stay up, and help you laugh.
I know the commercials. All the girlfriends are pretty happy.
well, in the ones on
Didn't
Hulu,
say anything about bald or not.
yeah, the ones on Hulu, it's just like 5 depressing ass dudes, and they're like, "Yeah, now I'm good." Like, fuck, man. Like,
Look at my
come on.
bald spot. Look at it now.
5 Depressing Dudes is coming to CBS
Oh,
on
there you go.
Thursdays at 9 a.m. Get it?
9 a.m.?
9 p.m.
I
It's
mean,
after Dane and Dane 2.0. Stay around for 5 Depressing Dudes. This fall.
I mean, there's only 4 of us in this room.
So we're safe. We're safe.
That's
Good
right.
thing Jim wasn't here this week.
We did get rid of Apple TV, though. I did. It ends on September something for me.
Okay.
But I love Lasso.
$6.99, man.
I know, but I was looking. I'm
It's
like,
worth it.
we haven't watched anything
Is
in a
it?
long time.
Since Ted Lasso's gone, it's worth
It's
it?
worth it.
What about Shrinking?
Nah, it doesn't really appeal me.
I like Shrinking.
I know you do.
We're going to finish it. I want to watch
there's-
Silo.
Looks good.
You can get hymns and it'll stop that shrinking.
Oh, yeah.
There,
What about Silo? Have you seen
Silo, we just like 2 episodes in. Very good to start.
Okay.
Just kind of one of those things we started and then,
Okay.
didn't get back to. But Blackbird,
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you.
There's just so much to watch. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe if I get rid of a streaming network for right now,
And football
I can get
season's
caught up.
coming in.
Football
That's the other
season's
thing.
coming.
Cut into everything.
So
Yeah.
I'm just like, if I can get, I think that I'll probably go back to Apple. Don't get me wrong, but like now I'm like, we don't even watch it. Like to be fair, I would get rid of Netflix if it wasn't for my kids. My kids love Netflix, but I can't. I don't watch anything on Netflix.
I do, and honestly, since they have continuously raised the prices, and then now they're charging you the $8 if somebody else is like
Using
not in
it.
your
It's pretty
household.
expensive now. It's over
Yeah.
$20, and I'm paying like
so-
$21.99 a
Yeah.
month. That's
So
crazy.
this is another thing. Verizon has so much stuff that you can take advantage of for the so with their Netflix, you can transfer like your Netflix through your Verizon account, and you pay like $10 a month
Yeah,
for it, and then Verizon gives you a $15 bill credit
really.
for that
Huh.
purpose.
Oh, we'll have to look into that.
So, like, I don't pay for Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, and I'm saving $5 a month on Netflix all through Verizon. And I just switched over all of our Apple. So Apple, like the music and all of that's like that, all of that stuff. I'd switch over. I'm saving like $10 a month off that, and I like they don't have a deal with the TV part.
Yeah.
So I just kept that. It's $6.99, and then canceled like my family Apple. And
Yeah.
then went through Verizon and saving like all in told, I'm saving like $30 a month going through Apple or Verizon for all
Verizon.
that stuff. And it's free, like based on the pack, like your
Yeah.
your phone.
And you're getting now the NFL Sunday ticket.
And if you upgrade a line or add a line, or like for us, like we have our internet is through them too. Like we have the 5G.
Yeah,
internet.
we looked through. It's not out here yet.
Yeah. And the lady was like, yeah, like you can add a line. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. I don't need that. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, well, hang on. I can upgrade your internet. And I'm like, okay, how much? And she's like, oh, it won't cost you anything. And I'm like, cool.
So then you get Sunday ticket.
So I get Sunday ticket free for a year at $0
Nice.
charge.
Yeah, we just signed up for Verizon Internet. We were
Yeah.
looking at all the different options.
Do you got it in yet?
Yes.
Do you like it?
So far,
Okay.
I mean, I honestly, once we found where to put it in the house,
Yeah, that's the thing.
there was no problem on it not picking up any
signal.
of the devices.
Minimalize your cancerous tumors.
Yeah, I mean,
It's got to be in your bed.
That's right.
you just got to have a window close enough to a tower to get a
Gotcha.
clear signal.
Well, the thing is, where we wanted to put it, where our old modem was, it was a weak signal. I'm like, crap. Then we put it on the opposite side of the house and got a strong signal. It's like, damn it. Why couldn't you be on that side? Because it's perfectly set up right there, but we found someplace else to put it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Did they have someone come out and do it?
Nope.
Oh,
No, we went to the store. They said, here's your box.
so like we got in with it like right when it came to our neighborhood, and
Yeah.
we were like passing things out like the door hangers or whatever.
Yeah.
So like I called and they were like, "Cool, we'll have somebody there tomorrow." I'm like, "Cool." So like literally, I got called. I'm like, "Hey," they're like, "Yeah, we're in the neighborhood. I'll have a guy there tomorrow at 8." Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think we were probably looking to go to Alta Fiber, and for some stupid reason, we're not available.
Oh.
Like, Alta Fiber is what was Cincinnati Bell.
Yeah.
We had Cincinnati Bell before,
Of course.
but Alta Fiber is not available.
They switched. They sold out. They got bought.
Because they
They
haven't
just
dug.
changed their name. They didn't even get bought out. I
It's
don't
because they
think.
haven't dug up your front yard to put in the fiber optic cable yet, like they did mine.
Well, no, ours
in the
is-
entire neighborhood.
Ours is going from the pole out front. We got a line from them on the
Oh,
pole
there you
going
go.
into the
Jeff's
house.
Jeff's on the pole just pulling the thing down.
We've got about 12 cables going into the side of our house for whatever's coming in, and we're not even using any of them now. So-
Ironically, Jeff on a pole is also coming to NBC on Fridays at 9 p.m.
Wow.
TGIF right there.
Fridays, that's 10. That's got to be a 10 p.m. show.
That's after Bolted In and Blossom.
There you go.
So be ready.
Since we're talking about our television lineup,
Yes. Not ours, everyone's.
yes, one of our listeners brought something to my attention.
Yes.
They wanted me to tell you when you talk about TGIF.
Yes.
You say TGIFF. You say it. There's a second F in there.
Really?
Yeah.
TGIF?
F. Yes.
Well, now I'm going to think about it.
Thank God it's fucking Friday.
Yeah, see there. Yeah.
Or are you
that's it.
saying he says TGIF Friday?
TGIF Friday.
Is what you said.
Okay. I thought it meant...
Yes.
Exactly.
And the
Thank
F
God it's
stands
fucking
for
Friday.
Yeah, see, Blake's right.
I know what you're doing, Jason.
I don't think
Everybody
that's what
else may be slower, but
That's
I
not
got
what
it.
he's doing.
That's like calling it the ATM machine.
Or NCIS. What do they call it? Oh, shoot. The first season of NCIS came out.
Okay.
Was it Navy NCIS or something they called it? And it was like, didn't they just do
I thought they just called it NCIS and then what the Naval Criminal
I think in the
Service.
first season they didn't. Or I could just be trying to make things up.
Just something that was brought to our attention.
Thank you.
Or my attention.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, listeners,
Yes, thank you, listeners.
for keeping Jason honest with his brain impediment.
Blake, before we get to the next listener feedback here, do you have
Yes.
any ups?
Yes.
You got one.
Yep. I finished Gen Con this weekend. It was a good time.
How many episodes is that?
A lot.
Okay. How long?
Many.
Oh, you got me a game. I appreciate you
Yes.
picking me up a game. I appreciate it.
I was everybody's
Outrun the bear.
workhorse on trying to get stuff for people.
Did other people ask you?
Well, I was thinking Doug was trying to get me to waste my life for Lorcana cards.
That Lorcana was fucking crazy. I was just following things on Facebook.
Yes.
What is that? To explain what those are.
All right. I don't know specifically what it is, but this is the way it was explained to me. It's Magic the Gathering for Disney files.
Okay.
It's a Disney card game put out by Ravensburger.
Okay.
Or Ravensburger. I thought it was Ravensburger.
Well,
Is
it's
Ravens?
German, so...
Oh, okay. Yes, Ravensburger, because I was looking for like a Disney booth, and I'm like, what the hell? I can't find it.
You really didn't need to put much effort into it.
Well, you just had to go to where people were standing.
Yeah, you just had to find the big crowd that
The line
everyone
was
was
so
shoving.
long. The line was so long. You're walking through the convention center, and there's people outside on the sidewalk waiting online. You're like, what are those losers waiting for? Then you walk in, and they got the line through the entire major hall of the convention center, which is a couple blocks, by the way, in velvet ropes. And you're walking through this, and they got people policing the line and telling people to get out and move and don't cut through. And I'm like, man, what are they standing in line for? And I walked up to a couple dudes. I'm like, hey, man, what are you guys standing in line for? Like, Lorcana. I'm like, got it.
Well, I didn't mean it didn't take much
Then
effort.
it goes into the convention center and around the corner, and they had number of booths. The good thing about it is the convention's back in full force. By the way,
Yeah.
So you got these major exhibits now that are like the extravagant 3D diorama things sets that they've got. Like the eBay had a giant tower castle.
Warhammer.
Yeah, and Lorcana had they had their shit set up for their 3 walls in a booth and a velvet rope on the open side, and they had security standing there. You can only get in from a crossing from the line in, and I looked at it late in the day, and there was no line. I'm like, oh man, this is my chance. I go up and I say, hey man, can I get in and get the Lorcana cards? They're like, no, we only do a limited number every day, and they've been gone for several hours now. I was like, oh, okay. But they would start lines at 7 a.m. The exhibit hall doesn't open until 10 a.m. And I go by there, and I talk to people. It's like, how long have you been in line? 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, there was something on here that they start at 6 p.m. the one night.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
this is a good
Oh, yeah,
story.
this is a good one. Go
People
ahead.
started lining up at 6 p.m.,
Yeah.
but there are no lines.
Yeah.
So the people
It's
who got
crazy.
there first and waited overnight
Yeah.
weren't guaranteed. And the thing I read from the guy was every time somebody walked by, they gave him a different story. Like, oh, well, okay, the line will be here. And then, oh, we don't do lines. It's not a line. Someone goes, well, we'll make sure we open at this door. Next one, nope, we're opening from this door. And he's like, and then I got there and I thought I was in line. They said, no, the line is going that direction. So then and like the first day he got there at 6 p.m. the night before and didn't get shit.
Brian,
Yeah,
what's your famous line?
It's not real.
Yeah, so apparently
It's just a game.
it's pretty wild. I mean, they were handing out sample cards.
Ooh.
That weren't real cards, but they were sample cards, and I was sitting at the table. I was trying out Call of Cthulhu for once. So it was interesting, but and then the people brought out their cards. It was like a sample Mickey the Wizard, card that wasn't part of the game, but okay.
I'm putting it in the game, damn it.
Yeah, you can put it in the game, but a lot of people are like, "Look at this bullshit." I'm like, "All right, what? Who cares?"
Calm down, people.
I heard I guess Thursday is when they gave out the first stuff, and they were selling, I guess, the packs, and they also had promo cards that came with it.
Yeah,
And by Thursday night, they're on eBay for like $700.
or you just steal a pallet.
Or you just steal a pallet of stuff.
We were at that same table that I was at. They put on a news clip. I guess they had internal surveillance camera. Somebody just went into the back of the convention center for storage and just grabbed a pallet and wheeled it out of cards. I don't know if they were Lorcana cards or what they were.
Don't know what the cards were.
Don't know what they were.
Unfortunately, they were
They were
pogs.
pogs. Yeah.
They said it was $300,000 worth of cards.
Yeah. It was crazy.
First
It is
off,
nuts. But I had a full schedule. I was there with my my man Stan, who was a childhood buddy. We grew up together, right? So I had a very nice time, reconnecting with him and all that kind of fun stories. So we were there. I had a full schedule almost every day. I couldn't imagine wasting 4 hours of valuable gaming time
Exactly.
standing in line for Lorcana that you may not get because they limit the numbers per day.
Yeah,
of
if
what
you
you
were
could
standing
buy.
in line for 4 hours, you probably didn't get it.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I have it on our family calendar now.
Yeah.
For next Gen Con next year. August 2nd, I think it is.
Yeah, August 1st through the 4th, I think.
Yeah. My oldest son wants to go. So we are going.
My one complaint, it's getting expensive.
Is it?
But that's where we cash in our nearly.co.uk.
That's right, baby.
You're
Media
right.
passes.
It is getting expensive. You think about it, for the first time when we went, it was like $60 for a 4-day pass.
Yeah.
It's now up to like $140 some dollars.
For a 4-day pass?
Yes.
Jeez.
Just for Saturday itself, I think it was like 100 something just for one day. And that's just for you to go into the exhibit hall and spend money.
You know what's cheaper? CincinnatiComicExpo.com. Get your tickets now.
There you go.
I might have a pallet of Lorcana cards to get rid of.
Yeah.
Come play some games.
Hot Lorcana cards to get rid of.
Maybe. I'm not sure yet.
They've been laundered. They may be a little wet, a little faded, but they're Lorcana cards that he laundered. No, but seriously, so Thursday we're on the exhibit hall floor, and it is as crowded as a Saturday.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there talking to my man Stan, going, "This is crazy. I've never seen it this busy on a Thursday." And talking to some other guys running some games, were like, "Did you go to the exhibit hall today?" Like, yeah, it was nuts. Sure enough, I'm like, I think there's more people here than there's ever been before. And it was true. They set a record attendance for over 70,000, whereas in the past it was like, the 50s and going up. So like last year, you still had the remnants of COVID. They still had COVID restrictions. I think, people were either scared to go or they didn't want to go because of the restrictions. And so it was obviously lower attendance, right?
Yeah.
But this year, it was packed. And it didn't surprise me when I got the, from the PA from the PR lady, the email said, over 70,000 people, record-setting attendance. Everybody's back with a vengeance, baby.
And I do appreciate you picking up the games. I kept telling you, do not go out of your way to do it.
I try to aim to please. Now I
know you, but you didn't need to.
They weren't selling Donut Shop, but I got the video of the guy explaining the game.
And I'm going to put the game. I'm going to put it up on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
History of Bad Ideas, Facebook.
Yeah.
And you got me Outrun the Bear. Outrun the Bear. I'm excited about this one. You're trying to outrun a bear. It's like Cocaine Bear.
I can't wait to get invited over to play this.
When do you want to come over? Brian, you're welcomed anytime.
Friday.
I'm not sure if I'm going to answer the door, but you're welcomed anytime.
Okay.
You can look through the window.
Your dog's barking at me. Don't bother me.
No, I know that.
I get barked at by 200 plus dogs a day. It's white noise for me.
My dogs do like you.
One of them does.
Yes.
The other one seems very scared of everything.
Yes. Blake, what was your favorite game that you played?
My goodness. I think the best game that I played was a homebrew from Carlos. Carlos, the DM. Now here's the deal. I've been going long enough that if you get a good guy that's running a game, write them down, get the email address so you can say, hey, you're running games this year, and you go play with them. So we played with Carlos from Tennessee last year, and we said, this guy's pretty good. Sometimes you get people that are there to run a game just so they can get the free 4-day pass.
Sure.
And they don't know what they're doing, and they don't know how to run a game, and you struggle sometimes, and you're like, okay. It's like, I don't blame them doing what they're doing, but at least, read and be prepared.
At least know what you're doing.
Or at least know what you're doing. I'm comfortable with the fact now I can play 5e. I probably couldn't run a 5e, but I can play it now enough. And so the same thing. So we went, I had some good times with the DMs, with the peeps coming in. And then what also helped is the fact I got to see Ben Riggs, one more time. And he did kind of recognize me visually.
From the last time you stalked him?
From the last time I stalked him, and he was there doing more seminars this year. And what was pretty nice is that Ben released his book, Slaying the Dragon, The Secret History of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
So he lives up there in outside of Geneva in Wisconsin. And so if I had the spare time to go and talk to all these people and get the history and write a book, I would. So I envy him in that way. So he did write it. So I did buy his book, and I specifically got his autograph. And so I got that autograph. And, of course, I got to also meet Ed Greenwood. So if you're familiar with the Forgotten Realms, you know who Ed Greenwood is.
Yeah, I saw you, I guess it was you or your buddy shared a picture, and I'm like, wow, Ed Greenwood looks like you would expect Ed Greenwood to look.
He is
a wizard?
He looks like it.
Yeah, he is the Elminster,
which
is the equivalent of like the Gandalf, but he's also the Tolkien-ish in regards that he's basically created one of the most popular settings in D&D. And a lot of people write about that stuff. So it was pretty fun. So I took my Farron, campaign book where the opening letter written by Elminster, which is him. I had him sign it. And what was pretty fun was I was standing in line. I got in line. I was going to go meet him, and he's kind of a funny cat too. So there's a lady in front of me, and she breaks out 2 things autographed. She said, "You don't mind if I take 2 things autographed?" He's like, "No, go ahead. I don't care." And I asked the guy next to me, he's like, "Hey, am I allowed to take pictures?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, go right ahead." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So while he's doing that, she's like, "Hey, can I get a selfie with you behind the table?" And he goes, "Oh, it sounds pretty exciting to me." It's like, are you sure you want to get back behind here with me? And she's like, "Oh, yeah, ha, ha, ha." And it's like, and I laughed, and I was like, "Hey, Ed, remember, I'm next." And he laughed, and he started laughing. So he went and signed that. And before she left, he's like, "Hey, wait, you two, come, I'm next." He's like, "You two, come here." And he goes, I got something for you. Because, I guess we made his day. And he breaks out Elminster Shadowdale's business card.
Nice.
So I'm like,
you got to look at that.
I don't know what that is.
Personal.
This is the guy that
business card
sings
of the wizard.
Yes.
From the
Forgotten
Wizard.
Yes.
The wizard.
This is the same guy that sings "God Bless the USA," right?
Yes.
No.
God
he's
bless.
He's not.
Is this the guy that Martin Short played with the long hair, the hair
No.
in the front? That was Ed Grimley. Sorry. Never, my bad.
That was
So this is
terrible.
Shut up.
Boo.
So I like, Elminster Shadowdale, Sage, Wizard, Harper, Meddler.
We played him in the Dungeons and Dragons when Brian and I played.
I'm sure you did.
You probably did.
Yeah, we did. We did.
So
We
I got
did.
it.
We
So-
beat him.
So what was pretty funny, and I didn't share it in the initial picture with you guys, but he was goofing around where I'm like goofing around. I'm double pointing at him with my fingers. Like,
Oh, he got the
double
finger guns out?
And he looks up and he's like, you can see him. So the lady that's taking pictures of me with him, I say, "Here, can you do this for me?" It looks like he sticks his mouth out like he's he's going to eat my hand. I was like, that's pretty funny. But the best part was I got to go listen to him at the Candlekeep seminar, which we did Dragonlance seminar with Lacey, with Lauren and Tracy Hickman and Margaret Weiss and Joe Manganiello. Mm-hmm. And
Is he hot?
Dude, he's a big fucking dude. I didn't
he's
realize
hot.
how big he was.
Yeah.
But what was kind of interesting, what really sucked about that panel about the Dragonlance celebration of, and they were talking about they're coming out with the TV series, with Manganiello running it or being involved in it. Whoever schedules these things, this was a big room in the Marriott, so we're probably a couple hundred people in there. The room next to it, if you've been to the hotel conventions where they got the piece of shit dividers.
Yes.
On the other side, they had a live music act. So while you're listening to answers of these two authors and Manganiello, you're listening to these jackasses sing the Fred Flintstone fucking theme, fucking Friends theme, and this other shit.
And it's only separated by a temporary dividing wall.
Correct. I was like, whoever did that ought to, grab and slap them around a little bit.
So Joe Manganiello, he went across, just beat the shit out of him, then came back. Everything's fine.
Next year, do better.
Oh.
Yeah, next year do that. That was pretty cool. But then they also had the big Forgotten Realms panel that had James Lauder, Aaron M. Evans, Ed himself, Eric Scott DeBay, Rich Lee Byers, Brian Cortijo. Some of these people are, settings people, authors. If you're into that stuff, you can look them up. The funny thing is that I was in the back, and so this is the second time Ed sees me, and I'm in the very back, and I'm standing up, and there's like these two older gentlemen in front of me. As well, as we go to sit down, Ed starts waving his hands like this, and I think he's looking at me. And I went back at him like this. And like, yeah, and the two guys in front of him wave their arms too. And I sit down, and I felt like Vince Vaughn and Swingers at the end where the lady's making baby faces. She's talking to a little kid, and you can't see. Turns out those are a couple of the original gaming partners that he played with at a lot of his books that he writes. Those guys played and created the characters that he writes in his books.
Did you talk to them then? They're in front of you?
No, I was too embarrassed. But in the meantime, the guy that runs Ed Greenwood's YouTube channel and does the interviews and stuff, Ivan, he was sitting next to me in the back. He comes in and sits down, and I look at him. I tap Stan. I'm like, Ivan, how you doing? He's looking at me. He's like, oh, you recognize me. And I'm like, Stan, you know who this guy is? You should. He runs Ed Greenwood YouTube channel. And he's like, oh, yeah. He goes, hey, nice to meet you. Then he introduced me to some other guy. I can't remember
I run a podcast.
Name.
Would you like to come on the podcast?
Yeah.
No, why would I do that? That would make sense.
I can't remember his name, but he's like, this is the bean counter. I was like, all right. So he's like, hold on a second. Let me get my photo. I'm like, hey, are you signed up to Ed's Defenders of the Realms? I'm like, yeah, I'm on his Discord channel and everything. He's like, well, let me get your picture. I got a picture of me and Ivan. Well, Ivan's got a picture of me and him. And I was hoping to share it with everybody so that you're going to put it up on the Discord so I can show pictures of me with Ivan from the YouTube channel with Ed.
Did you give him a business card and say, hey, I run a podcast. Why don't you come on?
I was going to wait for the photo and use that as like a segue into.
I gotcha.
Yeah, here we go. But yeah, it was so it was pretty good. Had some fun with those seminars, and of course meeting Ben again. And what was interesting, Ben is starting a second thing called "What the Hell Happened to 4th Edition," and so he gave a seminar basically with the history of why 4th Edition happened and what the intent was and how it was influenced by World of Warcraft and MMOs and so he's given the whole thing, and he's like, "Well, this is what I got so far in this hour," and open it for questions. And there's a guy in the front row. He stands up and he said, everything that you said is not true. You're not myth breaking and you're wrong. And Ben's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I was there. And Ben's like, well, then let's bring it. Ask me some questions because I've got the interviews with the people. I'm putting this together and writing a book. And if you have a version, let me know. So that was kind of interesting. And he's like, okay.
So the guy didn't correct anything? Or
no, the guy wanted to go take it offline. And Ben was like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But it was pretty interesting back in the day before Ben came out with his book, just interviewing all these people. There were people that worked at TSR and Wizards of the Coast and essentially stood up and said, Ben, everything you said was right and blah, 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 blah. I can extrapolate more. And so he makes it very clear in the book. He's like, I'm collecting various stories, and the truth is different from person to person sometimes. But, here's the overall, gist of what happened, all that kind of fun stuff. So it was pretty good. Yeah.
You're just over here just spilling shit all over the table while you're talking.
There you go.
Dude, Jason.
He's got our entire TV lineup on the floor covered in some sort of weird Coke flavor.
It's fine.
So right. Jason doesn't know how to pour is what we're realizing.
Yes.
Yeah. So Gen Con tip, you get a good DM or a guy who runs it or a lady, get their name and address, or not their address, but get their email and find out where they are, and you'll improve your experience, especially with people that know how to run games, rather than getting stuck with some schmuck.
Did you buy any 3D models this year of yourself?
No, I did not buy any 3D models of myself.
Just checking.
Yes, but I did get free 3D printed characters that I played. The funnest character I played was a low intelligent half orc that called himself the Keeper, and I had a lot of fun and I hammed it up, and I was the only self satisfaction is making every bust out laughing and making people break character by having a lot of fun and just acting silly. So it was a good time. I had fun.
You're going back next year?
Hell yeah,
I'll be there.
So I gotta ask.
yes.
Did you find anything out about Daggerheart?
No. I'm
We
sorry.
beat that
Was
last
that on my list of things to do?
I think Jim mentioned it at some point.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not see anything about Daggerheart, but yeah, there are so many games there, new games like Jason Outrun the Bear, for example, and of
Yes.
course Donut Shop. I think Buddy Stan was just impressed by. You can just go there and go from booth to booth in the exhibit hall, and just sit down and get playtest games, either playtest games for production, or you get introduced to new games where they're introducing you, they want you to try and get to buy it, and et cetera. And it's getting pretty huge. I mean, obviously 70,000 plus people this year.
So thank you, Gen Con.
Yes,
for
thank
the
you,
passes.
Nerdly.uk
Good
for
day, mate.
sponsoring.
Yep.
And I'm sure this will be up at Nerdly.uk, so you
It
can hear
will
all
be.
about the good things about the games. And
We come out on Tuesday
Gen Con.
nights. Nerdly.co.uk drops us on Wednesday nights, Thursday mornings.
Yeah, Wednesday nights here might be Thursday morning
yeah.
over there in the Great Brit.
Blake, I don't have an outline. Do you have your outline?
yeah, you want me to do some listener feedback?
Go do some listener feedback. We're like 2 hours into it, so go ahead.
All right, yeah, listener feedback. I was going to have it sponsored by the Montgomery Melee, but we can talk about that next week.
Okay.
From Doug, Big D. We all know his nicknames. Blake went to Gen Con this past weekend. Did he stand in line at Ravensburger booth starting at 6 p.m. Friday night for the Saturday morning release of the Disney cards?
See the last hour, Doug.
See the last hour, Doug? I tried, and was not successful. From Pop Goes the Culture at PGTC Podcast, July 13 was National French Fry Day. Which restaurant has the best French fries?
French fries.
I would still have to say McDonald's.
Oh.
Fresh McDonald's fries really can't be beat. Fries and Coke from McDonald's, they're tops.
Coca-Cola, unquestionably.
Nothing else at McDonald's, I think, is all that great.
Coca-Cola has a special formula mod for McDonald's only. That's why it's so good.
Their special formula mod is keep it cold all the time and clean your product.
So
Clean your fountains. That's their special mod.
For McDonald's, it doesn't come in the syrup bags. It's in stainless steel tanks. That's
and
why
refrigerated the whole time.
See, I think with French fries, I think Wendy's is my favorite. I like Wendy's.
I like Wendy's.
I'm going to say either Penn Station or Five Guys.
Oh.
Those are
Do you
good
like
fries,
Carnival
too.
Cuts? You like Carnival Cuts?
I don't feel like spending $82 on a burger, though, at Five Guys.
Yeah, I don't know what Five Guys you go to because burger is not $82.
Not one, but when you buy five, it can get expensive.
you buy five, and one they've got the regular burger is less than $5.
Ah, no, it isn't.
Regular, the single burger, I should say. Normally, you buy a double burger is the standard, but you can get a lesser burger, especially when you have children. That's probably what you should be getting.
Well, there's a lot of things we should be getting. I'm going to check this out. I'm going to check the menu out here.
Just speaking from a restaurant standpoint, those would be my favorites.
Okay.
And, they're not around here anymore, but I did like Steak and Shake's shoestring fries.
I do like the shoestring fries. Those were good. Those are different. I like the crisscross cut fries from Chick-fil-A.
The waffle fries?
Yeah.
Yes,
Do
the
they make
waffle
you jump,
fries are
jump?
good.
They make me jump.
Non-chain related wise, probably Dana Gardens has the best fries that I've had.
Oh, well, Dana Gardens just has the best everything.
They're fresh cut. They're
Bartenders are assholes.
They do fresh cut fries.
Yeah.
They bring their own potatoes in. They don't just get frozen bags.
I say we because I have worked there better part of the last 20 years at some point in time. Nope, it's fresh potatoes cut probably 3 times a week.
Did not realize
They
that.
do have good potato.
Yep.
Hamburgers, regular hamburgers at Five Guys, $7.99.
Hamburger.
I think that's the 2 patties, right?
Oh, if it's a regular, okay, yeah.
Single patty, I think.
And what the single patty is.
Little hamburger is $6.
That's for kids.
And this is what site are you looking at?
Cheeseburger is Five Guys directly. $8.69 for a cheeseburger.
This isn't like if you order this for delivery, you're
No,
going to be paying. Okay.
This is pickup. Little cheeseburger, $6.69. And
All right, I stand corrected. It's $1 more than
yeah, you can't rent here.
Yeah, okay, so
The bacon cheeseburger is $9.69.
So you're probably like $50-ish
Yeah.
for 5 burgers and like
Well,
the
you-
fries that you get for.
You gotta get cheeseburger.
You get the little burger, you're paying
little cheeseburger, which is $6.70 times 5.
That's 30.
35
35.
and a large fry, which feeds an entire family.
Especially theirs because
Yeah, they just drop it in.
They give you.
I mean, a small fry probably feeds the family, but I was giving them the benefit of the doubt by saying large.
yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
And then you got drinks if you're eating in.
I like Five Guy drinks. You can take that Pepsi and mix it with like a lemonade that they got there. Or something.
Yes.
I'm sure you can get water for free.
Pepsi
I'm just saying. It's a little
or
overpriced.
lemon Coke. I can't remember.
What else?
Everything in the world is currently overpriced, Jason.
The world is fine.
I'll say
The price that we currently have is going to be the cheapest it will be in your lifetime. Current,
fine.
or from here on out,
I
it
will
will
say-
not get cheaper.
I will say skip the fries at Dana Gardens and go for their Get-A-Bites.
No.
Or how about
Get
just
both.
get Get-A-Bites and fries?
You can do that too. Correct. You're right.
But what if you want the spicy cheese balls?
You could get those too.
Yeah.
That
Those are
segues
good.
into our next comment.
From Dana Gardens at Dana Gardens.
Ooh.
Mountain Dew has hot dogs flavored like Mountain Dew. You guys need to try them out.
No, we do not. I love a good hot dog. I love a good Mountain Dew Zero, but I will not combine the two of them.
Oh, it's
I'm not
happening.
a fan of hot dogs. I mean, they're good in conies. Okay, I am a hater of Mountain Dew, but I would at least try it because I ate that damn pink Oreo.
Yeah. We can only go up from there.
I had ranch ice cream. Mountain Dew hot dogs can't be worse.
Doesn't get more America than Mountain Dew flavored hot dogs.
Just to let you know, keep going, Blake, and then we got a new taste test after this, too.
Corrections from Pam the Cake Lady Morris. She's posting a lot of cake pictures on her social media. Is she making cakes?
Yeah, that's her job.
All right. Regarding an article read on the podcast, and yes, Blake, I make fucking cakes. Podcast a few episodes again. That's on the corrections next week. Regarding an article read on the podcast a few episodes again, I'm not sure what the community in Florida that is overrun by rabbits is doing, but I have owned several different breeds of rabbits, and you do not need an exotic or specialty vet. Not saying it's a cash grab, but
It's a cash grab.
order my cakes.
Well, I mean, to be fair, maybe it's a special kind of rabbit. Remember, it was a special kind that this lady released. I would think they're all the same, right?
Exotic rabbits?
They're not.
Playboy bunnies? I don't know.
It is Playboy Point. Playboy bunnies are just running around Florida.
I need to get back.
No wonder they won't let the security come and get them off the land. No, they're fine. Go away. Go away.
But I'm a specialty vet. I need to inspect.
Get off my land.
I need to give exams.
I like this bunny. Sorry.
What are we tasting here, Jason?
This is Coke
yes.
Ultimate Limited Edition.
Ultimate Limited Edition. Coke.
Coke.
It's
Ultimate Limited Edition.
Creations.
So it's Coke.
There's
Ultimate.
something in there because
Coke Ultimate.
Yes.
This
so,
looks bronze in color, not the caramel that I'm
hand me
used
another
to.
one.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, while you're
Don't
tasting
spill it.
those and inspecting the label
almost
so
just
we can
spilled mine.
extrapolate, Professor Number One and Doctor Number One, to piggyback off Doug's question on Twitter, what item would you stand in line overnight for?
PlayStation 6.
Cash.
Cash is a good one.
I would not
PlayStation 6.
stand in line for a PlayStation.
I would.
Did
Opening
you
night?
stand in line for a 5? Nope.
No, but for a 4 I did.
Virtually, you did. You're on a waiting list.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Damn you, Walmart.
I don't know if I'd stay overnight for something. I'm not that desperate anymore.
I think in my early years, I probably would.
If you're younger and have time to kill, sure. But when you're older, you got
Like
too much shit to
the
do.
88,000 people who waited in line for a Taylor Swift T-shirt
Yes.
downtown.
I don't get that.
That you can order online?
Yeah.
But it says Cincinnati.
Some of it wasn't available online, I will say.
Okay.
It was tour
Cincinnati.
only related, but
she was in town, and the day before the concert, they lined up for hours for the thing.
Yes.
The distinct pleasure of being able to buy things.
I will say I don't know if anybody saw, just kind of speaking on her, but she just recently gifted all of her truck drivers that drive her all of the things around.
Not just them.
There's
Not just them, but
multiple.
almost everybody that worked for it got
over
bonuses.
50 truck drivers she has.
Yeah.
She gifted each one of them $100,000.
She did the
Nice.
same thing for caterers, backup dancers, like pretty much everybody on her tour.
Yep. Good for her.
Of course, her clothing truck, makes over $1 million a day.
Yep.
That's impressive.
So they only got a 10%?
Well, each one of them got 10%.
So here's the funny thing. I went down the rabbit hole with this because it is impressive, right? She gave bonuses. I don't have a problem with her at all.
I like seeing that generosity. When
I
you
don't
make
have a
that
problem with her
much
doing that
money
at all.
and you pay
Yes.
people appropriately.
But here's the best thing. So this was an article. I forget what news site. First mistake I did was look at the comments.
I'm sure people were very upset.
Here's the biggest complaint. Yeah, but they get taxed on it.
What?
They have to take taxes out. That's fine. They only got $65,000 after everything.
Maybe she paid the taxes.
Who the fuck cares?
I doubt she did, but
That's still taxable.
Oh yeah, but she keeps paying enough to cover all.
She can write that off.
But my thing
No,
is
but that's fucking ridiculous.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, everything you make is taxed. Get over it. We're there.
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
Do you know what a bonus is? It's not something you're expecting. It's a bonus.
It's like the people that lament winning cars on The Price is Right. I'm going to pay taxes on that.
$4,000 on it. Oh, that's bullshit.
I will say some of the shit you get on The Price is Right ain't worth the tax that you would have to pay. Like, oh yeah, you win
A
this
jukebox.
Yeah, a juke. I'm like, I couldn't sell the jukebox for what the tax is worth. I mean, for what you are claiming what it's worth, I couldn't pay the taxes. But the good news is you can refuse any of the prizes.
Really?
Well, they're not going to force them.
Oh, they're going to put it on. How do you get the jukebox on the plane?
I think they
Ship it to
They either ship it.
You have to pay for the shipping.
If you're lucky,
the freight.
you just get everything in a gift card that, to whatever
wherever,
store it is,
pick
and
it
you
up,
can
buy
get
it.
whatever you want. If it's not going to be the jukebox, but I can get this pool table that this store sells or
How do you get the
whatnot.
pool table on the plane?
No, you go home.
Oh!
It's like Watson's or
Yeah,
something.
you just-
you
yeah,
can get a gift
like-
card to Watson's
I'll
and
get
buy
it.
what they sell.
I'll
or-
get it.
What do you mean?
I'll get it.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, no.
You should.
But hey, fucking taxes,
That's
man.
it. Some of the stuff is gift card. Some of the stuff though is the
Natural.
item.
Yeah.
Because I guess the car that you just get one from like a dealership close to you.
Probably.
That's what I'm guessing.
But it has California emissions.
Yeah.
They always advertise that.
Right.
When you spin the big wheel for 75 cents, you got to pay taxes on 75 cents.
Yes. I mean, he only got 55 cents out of it. But that was the first thing I saw. I was like, fucking A, why'd I read the comments?
Never read the comments. Which is what I still don't understand, about Reddit, because all that is the comment section.
Yes.
It's
Reddit is comments. That's all it is.
That's all it is the comment section.
Nothing can go wrong with
It's
that.
the internet's comment section.
Can I have the piece of paper over there so I can read the news?
I will hand that over
Are you all
to
done with
you.
the listener feedback?
That's
No.
it.
we do have a face-off.
Oh, we got face-off music. We got
Oh.
face-off music.
Well, I'm not ready for that, so talk about something while I find that.
So, even still, you still are making $65,000 to $70,000.
That you weren't expecting to get.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's life-changing money for 90% of the people.
Good pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying for a bonus, one-time bonus. That's a huge bonus.
That bonus is probably more than what their regular salary was.
Yes.
I mean,
It's probably
The truckers probably make
they
decent
make
money.
decent,
Yeah, they do,
especially the ones that are doing like
Yeah.
cross country.
Yeah. And
Well, they got to pay for gas, so they'll cut
those
into it.
and those.
But do they have to pay for their own gas?
They probably have to buy their own food.
I guess Taylor Swift didn't even do that.
I'd imagine for her it's a little bit nicer for those drivers because like they're in a city for 2-3 days.
Yeah.
Whereas like any other band, you're just like humping it every night. That would be difficult.
Does she pay for the condoms for the truck drivers? Guess not. How about the prostitutes? Guess not.
They pay for the lot lizards?
If Taylor Swift paid for the lot lizards, that comment section would be golden.
I can't pay your taxes, but I got you a lot lizard. I hope you mind. What? Fucking asshole! Stop it!
We only give you rest stops to sleep in.
Fucking ass.
That's why you need a double wide cab with a bed in the back.
Pilots are better.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Tiny surgery. I'd like to take his face off. Yes.
Yay, Face Off.
What is that, Jeff? What is Face Off?
Face Off is when someone gives us two factions to go head to head against each other, and we decide who should win.
This week from Dr. Number One, the movie versions of Mystery Men versus the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen named Sean Connery.
And everybody else, not just Sean Connery.
He was in charge of editing. I don't think anyone else was in it.
I mean, somebody played the Invisible Man, even if he was invisible. Somebody played Captain Nimoy. Somebody played Tom Sawyer. Somebody played Nina Harkness.
Today's Tom Sawyer. Oh, sorry.
Was it Nemo or Nimoy?
Nemo.
Yeah, you said Nimoy.
Did I?
As in Leonard.
You know what? He probably would have made the film better.
I honestly wouldn't.
Y at the end. I'm sorry.
I honestly wouldn't know the difference.
Sean Connery plays Alan Quartermain. Somebody plays Nemo, the captain of the Nautilus.
Somebody.
I can't say it.
Quartermain, because they can only afford 1/4. Couldn't do the full main.
Or even half main.
Dr. Mina Harker is a chemist with vampire abilities. Gentleman thief who gets his hands on, I don't know who that is. Dorian Gray is in it.
Dorian Gray, yeah. That's
Tom Sawyer and Dr. Henry Jekyll, Edward Hyde, and the Phantom.
Oh,
he's an enemy.
evil.
He's an enemy. Yeah, he's a bad guy. So, and Ishmael is in it.
Call me Ishmael.
Yes. They go against the Mystery Men with Ben Stiller, right?
Correct.
Okay. They have the Shoveler, right?
They have the Shoveler. They have the Bowler. They have the Spleen.
The Spleen, yeah.
The Invisible
Paul Rubens.
Boy.
Rest in peace.
Mr. Furious.
Captain Amazing.
The Blue Raja. Who's Captain Amazing?
Greg Kinnear.
Oh, yeah. He was the bad guy, wasn't he?
Mr. Furious.
Mr. Furious.
Yep.
I said that.
Okay. So who wins in a fight?
I would say the Invisible Man in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Probably more powerful than an Invisible Boy from Mystery Men.
Okay.
Because he's only invisible if nobody's looking.
Okay.
How would he see the guy from Extraordinary Gentlemen looking at him? If he's invisible, how would he see the other invisible guy looking at him?
The spot check.
He wouldn't see him. I don't know if it's just when nobody's looking. If somebody is looking. Cameras can look and he turned invisible because that's what helped in the actual movie. But if somebody can see him, they can see him. And I would say Mr. Furious, stupid power. Ben Stiller's character was a waste in Mystery Men. Outside of that, though, I think the rest of the Mystery Men would kick the shit out of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I mean, most of them would probably be taken out by the Spleen's noxious odor. By the way, since I'm talking about the Spleen, moment of silence for Paul Rubens.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah. We forgot to mention that last week. So
We did. Okay. I've never seen Mystery Men, so I'm going to say League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Have you seen League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Unfortunately,
Then you
yes.
screwed up and watched the wrong movie, man.
Well, I could have told you that.
I have seen Mystery Men, and I've seen most of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, so I will say Mystery Men.
It's a good call.
I mean, the Blue Raja will just fork them to death.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay. Is that it?
I think that's it.
Yeah. That was a lackluster one.
Well, it sounds like Blake abstains, you say League, and Brian and I say Mystery Men.
Okay.
If we're going to hand-to-hand melee combat, I have to go with the League.
Oh, it's as high.
Ooh, no.
Yeah.
Really? You think somebody there is a good fighter?
All right, you know what?
I mean,
I changed my vote to Jeff Morris.
I mean, you really think Tom Sawyer could beat up the shoveler?
I do not.
Okay.
Today's Tom Sawyer, though?
Yes.
Maybe.
But we're talking about the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen's movie version.
No.
Okay. Are we good now? Let's do some News of the Geek. Jeff, give me some music for News of the Geek.
I don't think I'm on the right page for that.
Hit a random button.
Okay. There we go. That's the wrong button. It's time for another episode of News of the Geek.
Okay, here we go. Per abcnews.com, that has the best comment section.
No, they don't.
Let's see here.
I didn't vote for that!
A zoo in eastern China is denying suggestions some of its bears might be people in costumes after photos of the animals standing like humans circulated online. The sun bears from Malaysia are smaller than other bears and look different, but are the real thing.
They look like humans in costume.
The Hangzhou Zoo said Monday on its social media account. Quote, some people think I stand like a person, said the post, written from the bear's point of view. It seems you don't understand me very well. An employee who answered the phone at the zoo declined to talk about the bears, but said visits were being arranged for reporters Mondays to see them. Well, that's good. Put the reporters into the cage with the bears. See, the real bears, they just ate you.
I mean, if there were people inside those costumes, they wouldn't be able to rip them apart.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen the photos, right?
Yeah.
It's 100% costume.
It has to
I mean, it's fucking insane.
It has to be, right?
I've seen better costumes at, minor league baseball.
I mean, I'd
parks.
like to at least see video. I only saw a picture.
Oh, the video's funny.
If I saw the video, I'd probably be able to
But
tell
he said
better.
some bears do stand up
Yes.
like that.
They very much do.
But it looks like a person.
With feet.
No.
Give me a break.
Internet users, this is
Oh,
good.
it's fucking awesome.
That's right.
Question whether
Internet
the zoo
sleuth.
bears were real after photos circulated showing one standing upright on slender hind legs. Quote, because of the way they stand, some people online question whether they're humans in disguise. The newspaper Hangzhou Daily said.
It's an animal in captivity, you dumb fuck.
Sun bears are the size of large dogs standing at 50 inches. I'm not saying meters. Tall on their hind legs, compared up to 9 feet for grizzlies.
Wait, they said at 50 meters, but you said inches instead of meters?
50 inches. I'm not saying 1.3 meters.
Oh, okay. You're like, I'm not saying
We're in
meters.
America, damn it. And other species, according to other Chinese zoos, have been accused of trying to pass off dogs dyed to look like wolves or African cats.
I mean, the padded feet thingy at the bottom and the saggy pants. It was pretty bad. I mean, it was comical. I mean,
It's got. I don't care if it's real or not. I'm still going to the human because it's a better story. It really is.
It was. It is a better story that way.
Since we're short on time, I guess. ProTheScore.com, where Jeff gets all of his news from. A rabid Kansas City Chiefs fan dressed as a sun bear, known on Twitter as Chiefsaholic.
Not really dressed as a sun bear. Jason just thought that was funny to add that and confuse the fuck out of me. I'm like, a sun bear? A Kansas City Chiefs fan?
Is accused of robbing a bank in Iowa, and federal authorities suspect he's responsible for bank and credit union robberies throughout the U.S. Federal prosecutors on Monday announced that the 28-year-old Xavier Michael Babadar of Overland Park, Kansas, was charged with 1 count of bank theft and 1 count of transporting stolen property across state lines. Wasn't immediately clear if Babadar had an attorney. Babadar has a strong following on social media and often wore full-body wolf costumes to games, Kansas City games. His Twitter handle has been taken down. He was charged in December with robbing a credit union in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He was released on bond in February, but prosecutors said he removed an ankle monitor and fled until his arrest Friday near Sacramento, California. You could have just waited till the football season started again, just arrest him at the gates.
Well, if you're going to rob banks, at least take off your Kansas City Chief outfit.
The wolf outfit.
The same one
the
that
same
you
one
wear.
you wear to the games. Yeah, exactly.
That, a lot of people know and recognize.
That's right.
Hey, that one guy, I just saw him run out of the bank with a bag of money.
Why do you have a Jets construction hat on? Wait a minute. An affidavit accuses him of robbery that netted him $70,000 from the Great Western Bank in Clive, Iowa, in March 2022. He's suspected of many other robberies and faced additional charges. The affidavit said Bobador traveled the Midwest and robbed banks and credit unions in Oklahoma, Nebraska, Iowa, and Tennessee, laundering the robbery proceeds through casinos and bank accounts.
At every road game where the Chiefs were... Oh, wait, hold on. No, I mean, wasn't it true? There was wasn't that an actual story?
Yes.
The baseball coach, the Little League coach story that we did.
Yeah. He's also suspected in 2 attempted credit union robberies in Minnesota. He's not like the Little League baseball coach that did that. An FBI investigation determined that Bobador purchased and redeemed more than $1 million in chips at casinos.
Wow.
In multiple states between April 2022 and December 2022, the affidavit says. Don't do that.
Well, his outfit was pretty expensive. He's got to finance it one way or another.
I just think after $1 million of the dollars
season
worth.
Tickets every year are expensive.
Exactly.
$15 beer tank.
Especially for the Chiefs. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, So, too bad they couldn't arrest Patrick Mahomes' wife.
Yeah.
They did get his brother.
Did get it, yeah.
He's just scum.
Did
Allegedly.
anybody ever watch that series on Netflix, Quarterback?
I can't watch anything with Mahomes.
I only heard about it.
I have the only thing I heard about it was I think you asked in our chat, and I'm like, I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
I was very invested after I watched it. Like the first episode, when it was it started out about Mahomes and it was him and his wife, and I was very discouraged by that. But the rest of it's pretty good. Like Kirk Cousins is a really good one. Mariota is another good one.
I heard the Cousins one is pretty good.
I mean, it's like it follows all of them episode to episode, so it's not like just one episode about Mariota and Cousins, and each episode is it focuses on all of them. Not it kind of bounces back and forth. So, but I'm looking forward to the next season. Apparently, Joey B's doing it.
So the only thing I know about was a comment that I read about Kirk Cousins is apparently a guy you want to have at a party or be friends with.
Why?
Because they said he was pretty likable and funny.
He's just an overall good dude. And it's like this because the Manning brothers produced this and did it. So obviously it's about quarterbacks, but just seeing him how hurt he was and how what he goes through to get himself back to be able to play in 5 days is incredible. I couldn't imagine. I mean, just what he goes through every week.
Yeah.
If you remember, he was he got hurt, he had rib injury.
Yep.
So it's goes through that, and what they just show how he's the work that he has done through the week with chiropractors and all these different things that he has to do every day of the week just to be able to just go back out there and
Well, he's not young either,
right.
So that doesn't help.
But he's just a good dude. People hate on him, but this opened my eyes a little bit. Same for Mariota. Just seems like a awesome guy. Just trying to grit his way through and make it.
Yeah.
And, he kind of had a bad deal in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Then he went to Atlanta and struggled, and then got benched, and so just it's an interesting behind the scenes look that you don't really ever get with professional athletes.
Gotcha. Jeff, let's do some box office bombs real quick.
Oh yeah, I mean I got a button here I can hit for that. Hold on.
Okay, good job. Harump. Is there a harump in there?
Harumph.
Harump.
I didn't get a harump out of that guy.
Box office bombs.
Can I get my paper back since you spilled drink all over yours?
There you go.
Thank you.
I had to fix the schedule.
Box Office Bombs, brought to you by me.
What's in your Hello Jeff box this week?
Mario Oreos.
Is that it?
That's it.
Ultimate Coke.
Just a box.
Yeah, we didn't discuss the ultimate
maybe
Coke.
the ultimate Coke. Oh yeah, we tasted it.
Tasted it. It
doesn't taste that much.
It tastes like Coke, but slightly different.
It tastes like they ruined my Coke.
It almost tastes like Coke with a slight root beer. Is that good?
It kind of tasted like flat Coke to me.
It tasted. You mean like Pepsi?
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was not my Coca-Cola or my
Not my
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Not my Coca-Cola hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag not my Coke. I like my Coke with cocaine.
And green.
But anyway, Box Office Bombs for the weekend of August 4th through the 6th of 2023. Haunted Mansion per 411 Mania, where Jason gets half his news.
I do, actually.
Haunted Mansion continues to bomb as it followed up its disappointing opening weekend with a nosedive. The film dropped 63% to $9 million. It was not the result Disney was hoping for on its $150 million budgeted film. That started with a measly $24.1 million in its first weekend. The film now $42 million domestically and just $60, I'm rounding up, $60 million worldwide, making it a certified bomb. I'm on the board of certification. It was a bomb.
I want to see it.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It looks much better than the first Haunted Mansion.
Honestly, just looking at the films that it's up against, like that's kind of like they should have waited a little bit to release it. Honestly, closer to October.
I don't understand why they didn't do it in October.
Like,
or even September.
Sure. But I mean, you got like two mega movies out there still, like with Barbie and Oppenheimer, and then the Ninja Turtles. Like, seems weird. Weird timing.
Oppenheimer!
It seems unlikely that the domestic total will get past the 70 million, and it may not even hit that range if it continues to fall and drop off as it has. The top 5 this week, Barbie comes in at number 1 again with another $53 million.
It will not stop.
That's a total of $460 million on a $128 million budget.
Stop watching Barbie.
I can keep watching Barbie. I don't care. What you should stop watching is the Meg 2, which made $30 million in its opening
I punched
weekend.
a shark!
That was in the Meg 1.
I punched 2 sharks!
And I don't know what shock punching has to do with anything.
I mean,
I can't wait.
So I saw a tweet about this movie, and it was like, my kids went to see Meg 2 and said it was terrible. ... I thought that was the point.
But
I want to see it. I'm excited.
$30 million on a $129 million budget. I hope foreign markets like shark punching. Coming in at number 3, Oppenheimer made another $29 million. Ooh, just $1 million behind the Meg in its first week.
I will say Oppenheimer surprised me because it's not a typical film that will make this much money.
No, it's not. I mean, it really, Christopher Nolan has a fan base, and I guess the history of it is enough to...
The cast is really good, too. So I'm really excited. I'm hopefully going to try to see one, if not both, Barbie and Oppenheimer this weekend.
See it at IMAX?
I might try. I'm not sure. I just want to see it before it gets out of the theater in general.
But Haunted Mansion is in all the IMAX theaters, isn't it? But Oppenheimer made 29, a total of $229 million on a $100 million budget. So Oppenheimer gets its money plus.
Okay.
And that's just how do we know how that's doing internationally?
I can find out for you.
I was just wondering if that was a story that had an international
appeal.
Thank you. And for some reason, I don't think it would.
$327 million international.
A total or
a worldwide total between domestic and international.
Okay,
$560 million.
Wow, so it's doing well.
Doing better international than domestically.
Yeah, that surprises me. I'm assuming it's not going all that well in Japan, though.
I was going to say, I was about to make it's a bomb in Japan.
Have you seen the who's the woman in it? The female lead.
Florence
Pugh.
Yeah.
Florence Pugh.
So she's naked in it.
There's a lot of frontal nudity.
Yeah. And so have you seen like the overseas, like how they're at, like in countries that won't show nudity? It's like a black, like they're trying to make it look like a black dress she's in, but it's just like a colored like black.
Like somebody took a marker over the film cell.
Smudged their-
Yes. It does not look good because he's like sitting there, and then she's like laying there, and it's like just like a black Sharpie on her. It's like, okay, it's good for them.
Special effects.
Yeah.
Although I did hear a lot of people of Indian descent were complaining.
Why is that?
I guess the main thing, Oppenheimer is famous for quoting the Bhagavad Gita.
Oh yeah,
About I have become
Destroyer of worlds.
I have become death, the destroyer of worlds. Well, apparently in the movie they have him doing that in the middle of a sex scene.
Oh, spoilers!
Yeah.
well, that's usually the line I give all my lovers.
They usually give that to you. God, he's a destroyer of worlds.
That's right.
What else you got?
I've got coming in at number 4, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem made $28 million, a total of $43 million in its opening weekend on a $70 million budget.
Okay.
And then Haunted Mansion, which I gave earlier, came in at number 5 to round it out.
What you got coming out this weekend?
Coming out, we have Go West.
A crazy group of pioneers brave harsh elements and numerous mishaps to travel thousands of miles out west to find a place they call home. Sean Astin,
Okay.
Natalie Madsen, and a bunch of other people that I've never heard of.
A Sean Astin movie. Okay.
Got a Sean Astin sighting.
They all die of dysentery.
No, it's not the Oregon Trail, the movie.
Sorry.
Hell, it's not even Wagons East with, was that John Candy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's never talk about that again.
Okay. But it was John Candy's last movie.
Yeah, I know, but
Coming in. Oh, no. Also coming out on August 11th, we have Jules.
Milton lives a quiet life of routine in a small western Pennsylvania town, but finds his day upended when a UFO and its extraterrestrial passenger crash land in his backyard. Ben Kingsley.
Oh.
Jane Curtin.
Wait, Jane Curtin's already done an Alien show.
Harriet
Is she a conehead?
Sansom Harris. Zoe Winters.
I wasn't even thinking of the Coneheads. I was thinking of Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh,
I was thinking of Jane Lynch for a second. Sorry.
But, okay, so Pittsburgh Aliens.
Okay.
Also coming out, Passages.
A gay couple's marriage is thrown into crisis when one of them impulsively begins a passionate affair with a young woman. Ben Wishaw,
Oh, okay.
Franz Rogalski Tomas.
No, I'm trying to remember what I've seen Ben Whishaw in. Was he in James Bond movies? Was he
Sure.
the new Q?
Sure.
He was in
He's the-
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins!
He was he was Q in No Time to Die.
Yeah, he was the Q in the newer
Yep.
Bond movies. Okay.
Expects you to die, Mr. Bond.
Yeah, that's not one of the newer ones. That's a Sean Connery one.
My
From,
bad.
That's still 60s. Yeah,
Pushing
60s.
the law.
Yeah, that line is older than you, Jason.
Michael Caine.
I don't know what that even means.
Michael Caine.
No.
Can I shut him up?
Yes, go ahead. What's next?
No. And lastly, coming out this week, we have The Last Voyage of the Demeter, or Demeter.
Dracula on a pirate ship.
Based on a single chapter, The Captain's Log from Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Time out. We're just basing it on one chapter?
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
The story is set aboard the Russian schooner Demeter, which was chartered to carry private cargo, 24 unmarked wooden crates from Carpathia to London. The film will detail the strange events that befell the doomed crew as they attempt to survive the ocean voyage, stalked each night by a terrifying presence on board the ship. When it finally arrived near Whitby Harbor, it was derelict. There was no trace of the crew.
Well, spoilers. Nobody survives this movie.
Somebody survives it, like
Dracula.
We got Corey Hawkins.
Wait a minute. He's already dead.
Oh, damn it.
He's undead.
This looks bad.
Liam Cunningham.
Best
David,
known as Davos Seaworth from the Game of Thrones.
David Dastamalkian.
Oh, David.
So he's playing his character again.
Yes, the
The
Onion Knight.
Voyage. Yes, the Onion
It's
Knight.
supposed to make 8 to 10 million. And it's supposed to be the highest movie of the week that's new.
Highest new one.
Yeah.
Because it probably, it might break the top 5 because it'll probably beat Haunted Mansion.
Oh. Jeff, give me some top 5 here. Top 5 music.
Well, we don't have top 5 music.
Well, give me something.
I mean,
You are listening to a Hobie.
okay, you got something.
Top 5 this week is... Our top 5 is favorite fictional families. Tell us yours. Jeff, you're up.
Oh, I'm first?
Sure. Never mind, you're last. Let's see here.
It's the Addams Family. I just went first, bitch.
They're spooky and they're ooky.
Mysterious and spooky.
They're the Addams Family.
They're sweet, neat, and petite.
Exactly what I was going to say. Fine. My number 5 is the Gavins, Dennis Leary's family on Rescue Me. They're all fucking psycho, but they may fight with each other, but they all love each other at the end of the day.
They fight. Fight. They are the Gavin family.
I love Rescue Me, and their family is so fucking psycho, but it's awesome. Brian.
Number 5 for me would be the Heffernans.
Oh.
Who's the Heffernan?
King of Queens. Doug and Carrie. Arthur.
She's a horrible host on that People Puzzler.
And even Doug's mom and dad and sister.
Yep.
Number 5 for you.
The Weasleys from Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
I thought
Harry
about the
Potter.
Weasleys.
There you
And then
go.
I realized I don't like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
The Weasleys are probably the best part of it. If the story was about the Weasley family, it might have been a better story.
It could have a spin-off. You never know.
Well, the Weasley family's coming to NBC Thursdays at 9 o'clock after Different Hair.
That's right. Corner that market.
Yeah.
Which was it? Wait, which different hair?
Yeah, weren't there 2 different hair shows?
8 o'clock is Different Haircuts with Jane Lynch. 8:30 is Different Hair.
Yes. Is Jane Lynch hosts both of those, right?
We never said. She's
Okay.
holding out. Might be Jane Curtin for the 8:30.
I can't argue.
Coming off her smash hit, which one of these 4 movies I just read the synopsis for?
Jules.
Number 4 for you.
Number 4. You know what? Being a cowboy in the Cartwright family might be pretty much fun. I mean, you got some good stuff going on there in the Bonanza.
Okay.
All the women die, though.
Out there on the Ponderosa.
You women folk.
Oh, you women folk.
Number 4 for you, Brian.
Number 4 for me would be the Rose family from Schitt's Creek. The Roses.
That's one of my 2 number ones.
Put it on the board. My number 4 for me, favorite fictional family, the Banks family from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, I thought you meant from Mary Poppins.
No, from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I did all TV shows, I think. Number 4 for you?
Number 4 for me, I have the Pritchett et al. Family.
That's my number 3.
That's my number 2.
Put it on the board.
Didn't know that.
Pritchett's,
that
Dumpies,
popular.
and Tuckers.
That's it. And Delgados.
Oh, yes.
Can't forget Manny.
No.
Benjamin Pratt. Number 3 for you.
Number 3 for me is the Starks.
What's that from?
Game of Thrones.
Thank you.
I had that as an honorable mention. I wrote it down originally, then I bumped it honorable mention because I don't want to die.
I didn't say I was being part of
Oh,
the
yeah.
family.
Well, okay.
I was honestly thinking I was going to put the Lannisters on the list, but then I realized...
That's pretty incestuous.
Then I realized
Yeah.
I'm actually cheering for most of the Starks,
Yeah.
except for Bran, during the run of the books / TV show.
Oh yeah, favorite fictional family. Not to be a part of. I was thinking of being part of.
You can't be.
I don't want to be a part of the Starks. There's bad things happen to you.
I wouldn't want to be part of any
No,
family.
don't want to be
like
part
that.
of it.
No.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Modern Family. Number 3 for you?
Number 3 for me would be the Duttons.
Oh, from Yellowstone.
Yeah.
That'd be a tough
Another family
to be part
where
of.
bad things happen to.
Yeah. Got all that land, though.
Yeah, they got a lot of money.
A lot of money, a lot of
If
land.
you would ever see me, Dad, I'm just going to go out that way.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone.
Rip's
Dad.
got a really nice house
Yeah.
that's just up the hill.
Just going to stay there.
Just hang out up there.
All I want to do is hang out on the land. I don't want to have to kill people for it all the time, or kill people trying to take the land all the time.
I can put a tiny home in the very back corner of this place, and you'll never see me.
Hey, Dad, why don't you just sell, I don't know, like 1,000 acres? You could probably pay for everything else after that. Just sell 1,000 acres.
right.
You have like 200 million. It's fine. Number 3 for you, Blake?
My number 3 was the Pritches, Dunphys, and Tucker.
Okay. Number 2?
And Delgados.
Oh,
Keep
and
forgetting
Delgados.
Manny.
Well, he falls under one of the already.
and-
he is a
and
step.
Benjamin Pratt.
You're right. He's a stepchild. He does have his own family name, technically. All right. Number 2 was the Bluths in Arrested Development.
Oh, I forgot
Saw
about the
that
Blues.
coming.
Dino.
I
Hi,
should've.
brother. Hello, brother.
Completely forgot about it.
Yes.
Dino, there's
You
always
would want to be
money.
part of that family?
Oh yeah. It'd be fun.
I would have been like what Michael threatens to do from the beginning, and I would have
Yes.
cut them out a lot earlier.
Yes.
There's always money.
In the banana stand.
That's right.
That's right.
And there's actual money in it. Oh, my God. I love that joke.
I'm young.
Annyeong.
Number 2 for you, Brian.
Number 2 for me would be the Toretto family.
It's all about family.
Family.
Might be a spinoff of the Weasley family coming to NBC. Number 2 for me is The Simpsons.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I enjoyed Simpsons the first 10 years.
yes, Fast and Furious. It reminded me of a topic. You know, when you do your movies for Universal,
Yeah.
and you have to do that contract where a lot of those actors showing up for like the Bourne Conspiracy and the Fast and Furious shows, they all look like they don't want to be there, but they have to do it to get paid.
It's like Edward
Because it's part of the
Norton.
contract. And I always found it funny. Is like, can you imagine being a movie star doing this stuff, and they're like, okay, I want you to stand in front of this blue screen
Yeah.
and say these lines. You're like, what the fuck is this?
So it's basically Edward Norton.
That would make me feel like
He's
I'm
in.
part of the Skywalker family standing in front of the blue screen.
Yeah.
Great. Am I going to die?
I mean, at least with like the Fast, like they film all over the globe. Like they get to travel. Like you can. I mean, I'm sure it's probably miserable at some points, but you get to see the world and you're making pretty decent money.
I'm sorry, I'm in Tahiti this week? Yeah, I'm
probably
good.
not right now. None of that's happening.
Yeah, nobody's making the money now.
But I mean,
Yeah, making the movie's great, but I'm saying like doing the peripheral shit, like the rides for Universal.
Yeah.
That's not good. I mean, they don't look like they're really into it.
Nah.
Even Vin Diesel was pretty flat in his delivery. What do you do as a big
No, that's not Vin Diesel.
family?
Just say family, Vin.
Family.
I got a lot of...
His Vin Diesel sounds a lot like Stallone.
It sure does.
Hey, Vin, I need you to say family. I actually got like six paragraphs of stuff I want to get off my chest here. Just say family, Vin. But I want to say family.
I am Groot.
Family. He's still on the guy. Ooh, I got this. I'll be with Vin.
I have no clue what's going on.
I just want to say family. Okay?
Who are you?
Jimmy Stewart doing Vin Diesel.
I'm not a crook.
Jason,
I'm not a crook.
Jason, what's your number 2?
Wow.
You couldn't tell?
No. I was the biggest star in the world. Number 2 for me was Simpsons. Number 2 for you, Jeff.
Number 2 for me is the Glass family.
What's that from?
That is from the writings of J.D. Salinger. Wrote a bunch of short fiction stories centered around the Glass family.
Okay. Blake, I'm glad me and you humor each other. Number 1 for you?
Number 1 for me, I tried not to go this on my list, but it all came back to the Bradys.
Yeah.
They're a pretty perfect family.
It's a sunshiny day.
Until Peter got into the meth.
Yeah, I watched that Partridge Family versus Brady Bunch SNL skit again this past week. It showed up in my feed, and I had to watch it. It is pretty fucking funny.
That's pretty good.
Number 1 for me was the Munsters. Fuck the Addams Family. Munsters.
Munsters are pretty on my worst family
Stop it.
list.
Munsters
They're terrible.
Number 1 for you, Brian.
Number 1 for me would be the Taylor family. Coach and Tammy.
Oh, I thought you meant Home Improvement. Yeah.
No.
You don't want to be that oldest kid right now.
Talking about Coach, right?
Coach, Coach
go.
Eric Taylor,
TV
Tammy
show?
Taylor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even their slut daughter?
Yeah, they do have Julie, who is a slut, and then they have the world's ugliest baby, Gracie May. But that's besides the point.
I did Hobie my number 1. I know that, the Rose family was taken from Schitt's Creek, but my other one was, Mimsy and Caracatus Potts from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
If you can't say it, it's not on
Yeah,
you.
I am not stealing that one from you.
Potts, the Potts family.
So before we get
Caractus.
into...
Are they related to Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast?
No.
Oh,
She was a teapot, I think.
only turned into a teapot.
Number...
Sing some songs and fly around in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I mean, come on, man.
honey. Let's see here. Honorable mentions. Listener feedback, sorry. Pop Culture Cafe. Welcome, boys. He had the Bundys from Married with Children. The Cleavers, because I like Mrs. Cleaver's beaver.
They talk about some Lannister incestual themes there.
Ward, I think you were a little hard on the beaver last night.
The Simpsons. The Griffins from Family Guy. And the Taylors. And we don't know if that's from Friday Night Lights or Home Improvement. The Dit Man. Let's see here. He had the Bidens. The Trumps. The Seavers.
I think we kind of wished this first two were fictional.
From Growing Pains. The Cleavers from Leave It to Beaver. And the Keatons from Family Ties. Brian,
He likes the Seavers and the Cleavers.
Brian, ow. Had this Canadian of the Year. Had the Starks from Game of Thrones. The Keatons from Family Ties. Gilmore's from the Gilmore Girls.
Ooh.
The Jetsons, Where's My Fucking Flying Car? And the Wolowitz from Big Bang Theory. And finally, Denise, Indiana's favorite nurse.
Niecy.
She's like, this is the families I like to be a part of.
That was part of mine, too. Yeah, there you
The
go.
Connors with Roseanne 80s version. The
Well, they do win the lottery.
It's a dream.
Oh, shit.
The Waltons.
Spoiler alert.
We all need a little Waltons in us.
A little John Boy in us.
The Arnolds from the Wonder Years. The Bradfords from Eight Is Enough. And just because...
I like the Bradford choice.
The Huxtables, because fictional Cosby is a great dad. Well, fictional Cosby is. So, there you go.
Huxtable?
Yes. So, bad idea of the week, number 1,289.
Bear costumes?
Bear costumes. Sun bear costumes. Let's see here. And I think that's it. Do we have titles for the show?
I've got two written down.
Go ahead.
Probably in the last 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
I've got The World's Ugliest Baby. And We All Need a Little Walton in Us.
I have 5 depressing dudes, and then everything else was ripped up.
And everything else got
Ultimate
spelled on.
coked.
Yes.
Yeah, I make cakes. 5 depressing dudes. Newhart, very topical. I'm going to eat Luigi now. Bowser's clitoris.
Nope.
Taylor Swift's lot lizards.
Nope. She'll sue you.
Yeah, Taylor Swift is the reason you can't put people's names in podcast titles.
So 5 depressing dudes it is.
5 depressing dudes.
Thanks for everybody for listening. We'll be back next week. And Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. Not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
You've been listening to Hobie.